A very good afternoon and namaste to one and all. I am Lalita Singh, and from Spark Incubation Center, I welcome all the viewers for this very tremendous 3 days of workshop. And as per the demand from our startups, we have here with our marketing and sales workshop of 3 days. So we have with us co-founder and a coach, very not in very well-known coach in India, but also in US, Mr. Ashok sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Lalit.
And also, I would like to welcome my co-host Devanshi Sharma. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi Lalita and hi Ashok sir. Thanks for having. We are actually pleasure to having you here with us, and our startups will definitely get to learn many things from you. So today, as our topic is accelerate your sales and marketing strategies, Ashok sir will describe everything in detail with the viewers. So thank you so much, Lalita, and thank you so much, Ashok sir. The stage is over to you.
Thanks, Devanshi. So, can I start?
Yes, sir, you can start.
Okay. So, today, good afternoon, everyone. So, today we are going to talk about the sales and marketing strategies. Next slide. Okay. So, first we will go through the couple of quotes, correct? So, what is marketing? What is sales? There is a difference between marketing and sales. Both are not same. If you notice the Flip Kotler's quote, correct? So the selling is to satisfy the customer's need, correct? And if you see the marketing is to figure out the customer's need. So both are different. The sales and marketing is not same. It's both are different. So you can build the product, correct? Nowadays, the cloud and all there, you can build the product at low cost and extremely fast, but selling is extremely tough. The recent study, I believe it's at Stanford study, it showed that, so it shows that the one of the toughest part of the any startups in the world is the go-to-market strategy. Okay, the people are struggling to sell their products. Next slide. Okay, so this slide, it talks about the business plan, then it talks about the marketing strategy, then it talks about the GTM strategy. Okay, so business plan is the superset and marketing strategy is the subset of the business plan. You have to derive your marketing plan from your business plan. Then there is a GTM strategy. So GTM means go to market, so the GTM strategy is a subset of your marketing strategy. Okay, so you have to derive your GTM strategy from your marketing strategy. If you see the table below, correct? So what you need to focus on the each phase, correct? And then there is a purpose for the each one. There is a timeline. Okay, if you see the business plan, it's a long term, correct? It's a very rarely they will do the kind of reiteration. Then if you see that the strategy or marketing strategy, it's a long term, but they will do the quite often they will do the reiterate based on the market condition and other factors. The go to market strategy is a subset of the marketing strategy, correct? It's a short term, so you have to change the pivot, the GTM strategy based on the how your product is selling and other factors. So if you want, this table is available in the Google. Just Google it and just go through the each and every um, step. Kind of what is the focus, then what's the purpose, then what's the timeline, correct? So just go to the, so for the purpose, correct? So if you see the GTM strategy, it's a launching a product into the market. So when you do the launch, the GTM strategy is very important. So when you do the marketing strategy, it's for building the brand or something like attracting the customers. And overall, the business plan is the overall, you are the whole business, correct? So that's a framework for building the growth. Could you please move to next slide? Okay, so this is the GTM process, correct? First, we will start from the market analysis. Then we will move to the market selection. Then we will move to the marketing mix. Then finally, it's called customer acquisition. In the market analysis, what does the market look like, correct? Then in the market selection, whom do we go after, correct? Because there are so many people in the market, there's so many segments, correct? And how do we go after? Then what do we sell, correct? It's a four piece of marketing or something like five piece or seven piece of marketing: the product, price, place, promotion, packaging, the people, process, correct? All the things are combined together is called as marketing mix. Then there is customer acquisition. It's a funnel, correct? What's a kind of awareness, intent, evaluation, commitment. So you have to go through the each and every box, correct? So if you see the market analysis, you have to go through the what customer needs, correct? What's market and the capabilities, and what is the competition, correct? So, and who are all our competitors? Do the competitor analysis, correct? And do the quadrant, correct? And do the SWOT analysis. So where you are lagging. So what's your weakness and what's your threat and what's your kind of whole opportunities? Try to find it out. Then in the marketing selection, correct? So you cannot boil the whole ocean. Could you please move to the next slide? I will. Oh, next one. Next. Further. Oh, there is persona slide is there. Uh, could you please go? Okay,
Okay.
so
So
okay,
this one or the previous one?
go further. There is a persona slide. Next
Okay,
one.
this
Yeah,
one.
here. Okay. So when you do the kind of STP, correct? It's segmentation, targeting, and positioning. I will come to that slide later. You have to define your persona, correct? So the persona is based on your demographic, your psychographic, your behavioral factors. So if it's a demographic, correct? So what's the age and what's the gender, what's the location, and then there is a psychographic, correct? Then there is a demographic, and if you see on the right side, then there is the behavioral. Okay, so you try to define your persona, and then you try to define the kind of multiple target segments. Okay, then you do the analysis, then which segment you want to focus. Could you please go back to two slides? One more. Yeah, here. Okay, so that's what we are doing here, correct? So you have to define your persona, then you have to define your market segment, then you have to segment the market, then you have to target that segment, then you have to do the positioning. Okay, yeah. Please go to next slide. Okay, so what's the GTM strategy, correct? So if you see these boxes around the go-to-market, correct? Who, what, why, where, how, when, correct? So who will be our the target audience? What's our product or service? Why our brand positioning, correct? Where is our target market? How is our marketing and sales plan works? Then there is a timeline. That's a when. Okay, that's the go-to-market strategy. Yeah, please go to next slide. Okay, so this is the more grander level about STP. So kind S stands for segmentation, T stands for targeting, and the P stands for positioning. Correct? Actually, first you have to segment your market. Okay, based on the persona, you are going to segment the markets into multiple segments. Then you are going to target, correct? Then there is a step two based on multiple analysis, because you cannot boil the whole ocean, correct? You need to focus on one particular segment. You have very limited resources as a startup, you have very limited budget, so just focus on one target segment, correct? That's the step two. Okay, then the step three, you have to do the product positioning, correct? All the messaging and everything, just do it at the step three. And the last step is develop a suitable marketing mix, correct? Your product, price, place, promotion, packaging, and the process, people. That's seven P's, correct? That will be the last step. Yeah, could you please move to the next slide? Okay, so this we talked about the persona, and now we are going to talk about the marketing mix. That's seven P's, correct? So, and initially, I believe the Flip Kotler is the one who coined the marketing mix, I believe. So he coined with the only with the four P's: the product, place, price, and promotion. Then there is a fifth P came. That's the people. Then now there are 7 P's: the process and physical evidence, correct? The each box, correct? So what is the product? The design, then there is a usability, that UX, correct? The usefulness. Then there are so many factors. There is a quality, brand, warranty, correct? All that comes under the product. Then there is a place, correct? Whether it's a retail or wholesale, or whether you are going to sell through the online, or through the, you are going to do something like export, correct? You have to do it through the place. Then there is a price, correct? So what price methodology you are going to use? There are so many pricing methodologies, correct? You are going to do the cost plus methodology, or there are so many types are there. Okay, so you have to choose which will be your the right pricing strategy based on your business model. Okay, that's a pricing. Then there is a promotion, correct? In the promotion, that comes under the ad, correct? So you have to focus on advertisement, PR, and so many other things under the promotion. Then there is a people, correct? That comes under the founders, employees, the culture, and other things, correct? Then there is a process. The process is very important, correct? You no need to doing the same thing over and over again. If you define the process, correct, then it's a one-time job. Then others will follow the same process, right? So here you can see the service deliverability, correct? Then there is a compliance and other things. Then there is a physical evidence. You can talk about the stories of user stories, and there is a kind of recommendations and other things. Yeah, could you please move to next? Okay, so when you talk about the sales and marketing, it's like a funnel, correct? On the top, there is a like a funnel on the bigger, and when it comes to the bottom, it's very small, correct? If you get something like you have to create a awareness, correct? So then, how do we create awareness? There are different ways. The B2B and B2C is not same, correct? So the B2B is, that means it's business customers. B2C is for the individual customers. B2C, your B2B and B2C, and you should not use the same strategy, okay? And you should follow the different strategy for the B2B and B2C. So you can see for the each stage, correct, in the funnel, how what they're focusing on the awareness, interest, consideration, correct, and then comes evaluation and purchase. So the purchase is the last phase, correct? First you have to create awareness, then you have to generate the kind of interest, then they will start doing the consider about your product. Then there is the intent, then they will do the final evaluation of about your product. They will just go and do the reviews and other things, correct? And finally they will do the sales transaction. Even if you do the lead generation, correct? If you do the 100 leads in the beginning in the funnel, at the last maybe the 1% or 2% or 3% only you will be able to convert those prospects into your customers. Please move to the next one. Okay, so they call it as the tofu, mofu, bofu, correct? So it's the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. So what you need to do at the top of the funnel, if you see search, how do you create that awareness, correct? Write a blog, write articles, create some of the online ads, create videos, AVs, correct? Those are the things. And how do you do that? You can create some of the infographics, just post it in a kind of that is in the social media, either LinkedIn, Facebook, through the different channels. Then you can create an interest, correct? So you can create a FAQ for your product. Then you can create a live chat with your prospects, and webinars. It's one of the way, correct, to create an interest about your product. Then there is a targeted ads, and then there is a promos, give a promos and giveaways. Then there is a desired stage, correct? That's for the middle of the funnel. There you can send an email, demos, you can give a free trial, then you will, so once they like your free trial, then you will convert them into a paying customer, correct? So you can give the demos or product videos. Then there is action, correct? In the action stage, you can just start doing the phone consultation or the email onboarding, those kind of things. Then the loyalty. So once they buy the product, then you can offer the referral program, and you can do some surveys and kind of other things. Yeah, please move to the next one. Okay, so if you take the digital marketing, correct? So nowadays, all the social media channels are very important. Not just focus on the physical media, correct? Other medias. The social media is very, very important. All the Gen Z users and later than that, they are using the social media uh, very extensively. So you need to focus more on the social media too, correct? But as a startup, you have very limited resources and a limited budget. So don't focus much on the paid media. Focus more on the earned media and owned media. Okay, so what's the difference, correct? That's the three medias: owned media, earned media, paid media, correct? So the owned media is your the website. Okay, put all the information at the right section with the call to action, correct? Then there is a mobile site, blog. Then there is a media, social media channels, correct? Those are all the own media, correct? Then there is earned media. This is very important, correct? Earned media, you are not paying a single penny, but still you are getting kind of all the promotions, correct? Write a blog, okay? Write an article, okay? Then if you post something in the LinkedIn or somewhere, those mentions and shares and the repost, everything matters. The reviews, correct? Here, so as a startup, my advice, focus on the own media and earn media. So once you get the revenue, slowly you move towards the paid media, okay? Because the paid media, you need to spend a lot of money. Okay, so if you go to the paid media, correct? So see on the right side, you have to pay for the advertisement in the Google ads or link, right? All these things are paid. It's not free. And the pay per click, right? And also you can hire some of the blog influencers. You can pay the money. They will write a blog or something like article about your company or about you, but it's not free, correct? It's a paid one. Then the paid content promotion. You can ask someone, some of the experts, to write a content for your company. Then the social media ads like Facebook and other things, correct? So the do the paid media at the last step as a startup because you have very limited budget, and focus more on the own media and earn media. Please move to next slide. Okay, so the competitive position, correct? It's very important. Okay, you have to watch your competitor, what they are doing. That's very important because actually, if you don't follow your competitor, you will fail soon. So do the competitive analysis, correct? Um, uh, just move to next slide. I will show this example of the competitive analysis. Okay, so this is the competitor analysis, correct? There is a y-axis. There is a on the top, that is the x-axis, correct? Just put all your competitors. So first is your company, then the competitor one, competitor two, competitor three, and so on, correct? On the vertical side, put all the the major benefits you are going to offer to your customers, correct? You are going to offer something like a personalized features, something like a speed to engage, some innovation, correct? So some service offerings, put, and then and whichever is matching, just put the tick mark, correct? It will give the very clear understanding where you are lagging and where you need to improve. Go back to previous slide, Devanshi. Okay, the next is competitive landscape, correct? It's a quadrant. If you see the something like Gartner Magic Quadrant, correct? That is a four quadrant, and there is a y-axis, there is a x-axis. Just put the brands, the based on actually what it satisfies, then you can find where is your product stands. Okay, then that is SWOT analysis, correct? The SWOT analysis is the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. uh, do the It's very simple, correct? Just actually the right what's your strength, just google it, you can find the so many different kind of infographic, correct? So just write, sit down and write what's your strength, your product strength, what's even the product weakness, and what's the kind of the new opportunities, what's the threats. It will give the very clear picture where you are lagging and what you need to focus. Then there is an analysis called PESTLE, PESTLE. Okay, what's the difference between SWOT and PESTLE? Correct. The SWOT is based on the internal factors. The PESTLE it's about the factors of the, not about internal factors, it's about the external factors like the government policy, the regulations, correct, the government law. So you cannot control those things, correct, but that just you have to follow. Okay, so just put those special analysis that will give some clear picture, correct, at what you need to follow and other things. Could you please move to the next one? Yeah. Okay. So this is the one sample slide I'm giving. This is for the marketing and sales strategies, correct? Since you have the very limited budget and resources, put what you are going to focus on your each phase, correct? So the first box that is for your beta launch, and the next box that's for your soft launch, correct? Don't say I'm going to focus everything, that you cannot do that. Okay, so just segregate the things, correct, based on your resources, based on your budget. Okay, so if you take the branding, okay, in my beta launch I'm going to focus on the advertising, I'm going to focus on the SEO, I am going to focus on the promotional videos, I'm going to focus on the web content, I'm not going to focus on the customer support now, I'm not going to focus on the loyalty points and other things, correct. But when you go for soft launch, you are growing, correct, you may get some revenue, correct, that time you try to add the something other things like the loyalty points, awards and other things. On the conferences, correct, so don't sit idle, correct, go and just go to the, just go to many conferences, trade shows and other things, correct. So but it's not free, because that you need a budget for that, correct. So based on your budget you decide actually, so are you going to join some conference in the local or something like national level or something like international level, so decide. Okay, that's totally based on your situation. Then there is a thought leadership, correct, so what you are going to focus, are you going to write some of the blogs or something like articles or white papers, give some of the free webinars, then do the some interview of the thought leader interview. Then there is a strategic partnership, that's very important, correct. And you cannot do kind of everything, you need some partnership. Then do the partnership is not easy and you have to prove it. Then you defined actually at the beta launch, I'm going to make a partnership with XYZ, and in my soft launch I'm going to do a partnership with ABC, correct, define and everything here. And there is affiliate program, correct, so in the affiliate program I'm going to give the affiliate some bonus points or some cash awards. Okay, if you refer the some of the customer A is going to refer customer B, give some bonuses, correct, some awards or something like loyalty points. Yeah, please move to next slide. Okay, so you can put, no, I just put some template, correct, so and who will be the partners for your pilot phase, and who will be your kind of partners for soft launch. So just write it down everything, correct. This will be very helpful when you do the pitch to the real investors, correct. So they will see, what and how much groundwork you put, correct. So that's very important, whether you are making it or not, but try to do some analysis and add their names. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Okay, so the soft launch, I'm going to make a partnership with an Ascom. Okay, that's one example I'm giving. Okay, something like that. Okay, please move to next slide. Okay, there are so many tools, correct? Because you cannot do kind of all the marketing and sales as a manual task. Try to use LinkedIn. If you are using the B2B, even B2C, the LinkedIn is the best tool, correct? If possible, get the sales navigator. It's not cheap. It's very expensive. Then do the yellow pages, because these are the tools you can get all your leads, correct. So do some time, get the leads and convert those leads into your prospects, then convert those prospects into your customers. And try to use CRM, correct, because when you get some information, try to store that information, because you need to retrieve in the future. So try to, the CRM is a kind of a database, correct. You are going to keep all the customers information or the leads information in the database. Then try to use some campaign tools. Lots of campaign tools are there in the market. Okay, try to use each one of the campaign tool. Yeah, please move to next slide. Okay, the key takeaways. meet the prospects. Okay, don't sit idle. Okay, as a startup founder, okay, you have to go and meet the prospects. Okay, don't tell I'm the founder actually, and I will not do the marketing or sales. That's not going to work. As a founder, you are the primary salesperson of your company, so you have to sell your product. Okay, if you don't sell, then no one else will sell your product. Okay, then there is a personal branding. So the personal branding is very very important. Okay, what you post in the LinkedIn or something like a Facebook, that matters. So post very good thing and create, write blogs, write articles, create a brand. Okay, because when you go for the investment, the those are investors will see your brand, right, what you are doing, but they don't tell. Okay, so try to create your brand. That's very important. Then there is automate your the sales and marketing process. Correct. You cannot do it as a manual process. Once you scale it, you need a lot of automation. Correct. So try to automate everything and try to use the earned media. That's very important. Correct. Because as a startup, you have very limited resource and budget. Okay. Try to use as much earned media. Then the social media marketing. Okay, try to use the kind of all the social medias like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Correct, try to use all the social media. uh, Somewhere it will click, but okay, so try to do the something like a trial and error method. If the LinkedIn doesn't work, then try the Facebook. If if, if that doesn't work, then try the Twitter. Okay, try, because you have to do the pivot. Okay, then they create the calendar for your social media and also the marketing. Correct. I'm going to do this social media post on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, create a calendar. Okay, and follow that. Okay, there are a lot of the tools are in the market. Try to, if you just put the schedule under your message, it will just do the automation. Do that. And then measure the marketing metrics, measure the metrics. It's very very important. Correct, quantify. And what is my return on investment if you do this. Then there is a messaging. Correct, when you talk to the customer, don't ever talk about the futures. The customers, they don't care about your futures. Correct, they are buying what benefits they are going to get it. Okay, you have to talk about the futures only within your team, about your engineering team. Correct, when you talk to the customers, convert your the futures into a benefit. Okay, wherever you put the message, the messaging or the marketing message, talk about the benefits, what benefit that customer is going to get. Quantify it. Okay, if you buy this product, this will give something like 30% of the return on kind of investment. Okay, something like that. Okay, so the messaging is very, very important. Don't ever talk about the futures. Always talk about the benefits. Yeah, that's all, Devanshi. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ashok sir, for such a great presentation. And you have cleared everything about the marketing strategies as well as sales and marketing. I have one question in my mind. In that previous presentation, you have stressed so much on content writing and social media promotion on the same. So I just wanted to know that how one can improve the content writing skills and blog skills in himself or herself.
Sure. Try to write actually the one or two blogs. Okay, and get some of the experts' help. Okay, give them, just ask them, just request them to do the review of what you write. Okay, there are a lot of people are ready to help. Okay, so until you ask, and no one will help you. Correct, write something and just you send it to them and ask them to review it. Correct, there are so many people are ready to help. Okay, maybe the first one or two blocks you may be lagging, but from the third and fourth or fifth, correct, you will get that improvement. So once you start writing, even so the before 5 years, I never write a single blog. Okay, I started writing a blog for the maybe around 2017, I believe. I wrote my first blog, and then in the 2018, I wrote the two blogs. Now, no, I used to write a blog and also article. Correct? It's a practice. It's a practice. And if I have some suggestion, I will send it to some of the experts, correct? So just I will send an email. So just something, could you please review my blog, and they will give some comments. Then based on that, I will try to refine, correct? That's the way.
Uh,
Uh,
Ashok sir, I want to add on one thing. Correct me if I am wrong. As social media is one of the biggest and strongest platform where a new startup or the other big brands also coming up and making their promotions on that. So I will request all the startups, if you are putting content about your brand or service or product, I will request ki you just write about specific things of your product in about 160 words, which will put large impact on that, because nowadays when in a busy schedule, people don't like to read large contents of any product or services. Sir, I would like to know your view. What is if I'm wrong?
Yes, you are correct, Lalit. But there is a thing called as brand storytelling. Okay, the storytelling is very, very important. Okay, so as a founder, as a the sales and marketing person, they have to improve that skill. Okay, if you go and tell, I'm going to offer these kind of benefits, no one will listen. Correct? If you tell the same thing in the story format, then it will go to their brain very fast. They will kind of they will grasp it very fast. Okay, so always when you put any message, correct, put it in the storytelling format. So it's called as brand storytelling, correct, and other things. There are so many books are there, correct, and just please read those, correct. It will give a lot of ideas. So the brand storytelling is very, very important as a marketer.
yes, yes, sir. The client will automatically emotionally connect with your product
Exactly.
or services which you are delivering.
Yeah.
Just one thing more, Ashok sir, if you permit me. Sales and marketing goes high when you have high networking skills. So how one can create networking among them?
A good question. Okay. So the networking is very, very is extremely important. Okay. You have to build the good network. That's important. Okay. So do some of the volunteering work. Like there are the so many things are the startup initiative things are that correct in India. Okay. But I don't want to mention the names. Correct. So many the non-profit organizations are there, correct? Do some volunteering. Okay. Try to talk to the people, correct, build the network, and try to attend the conferences, try to attend the trade shows, build the network. So building the network is very, very important, correct? So the people for the first 10 customers, correct, so getting those customers is not easy. So you have to get those customers within your own network. Okay, that kind of networking will help to get those 10 customers. So build the network. That's very important. And LinkedIn is another thing. Try to get as many connections through the LinkedIn. Correct. That's a very professional networks. And in the physically, try to do some voluntary kind of activities. Just go to the trade shows or the some of the conferences. Correct. Those things. Build the incredible network. That's very, very important.
Ashok sir, there are few our viewers who are asking some questions. If you permit, should we take it?
Sure. Please go ahead.
So there is a viewer who wants to know how it is essential to make a USP of any brand or any product.
Yeah, so the USP is the actually they have to find, correct. There are the hundreds of products are there. If you are selling the same benefit or same features of your product, it's very difficult to convince a customer. You have to offer something different than your competitors, correct? Something, okay. So that will be your USP. That will be your unique selling proposition, correct? So try to find what's your USP. Okay, don't try to copy others, correct? Try to find your own USP. Then that USP will trigger your sales.
So one more question I would like to ask. Uh, what are the different services or product we can offer to the customer with our main product, which can boost the sales?
Okay, so as a startup, don't focus too many products or services at the beginning because there's so many factors, correct? You have very limited resources, also you have limited budget. Just focus one or two. Just start with one. Okay, just start with one, and if you get the traction, then you move to second, correct? But when you start as a startup in the beginning, don't focus too many things. Just focus on one product or one service and try to succeed in that, and then you move on.
Sir, one more question. As we see that many startups or businesses offers lot of things with our product, how it is important to offer like such things like gift coupons or other sample things?
Could you please repeat your question?
Sir, as we all seeing that every startup or other businesses or the competitors are providing various schemes to the customers. So, how it is essential for a startup to provide such schemes or gift coupons and things?
Yeah, so it depends on the sectors, correct? So if you go to the retail, yes, the coupons are very, very important, correct? Uh, the people are kind of getting the easy attracted by the coupons. So it depends on the sectors, and also it depends on your the budget and other things, correct? There is no no single answer, and that depends on the situation.
Sir, there is a question from a viewer: how to decide or how to strategize the pricing of a product that can match the value proposition of the business?
Yeah. Okay. So the pricing actually, there's so many kind of pricing strategies are there, correct? There is a cost plus and other strategies. Try with it's try with actually one factor. If you take something like a subscription based product, okay, I'm just giving one example. Try with the three-tier pricing model. Okay, like the basic, premium, premium plus. Basic may be free, and the premium is the basic plus some of the extra features, and the premium plus is the premium plus some extra features. I'm talking about the something subscription based products, correct? So you have to play around. If your the current pricing strategy doesn't work, um, try to change it. Okay, don't ever kind of worry about the pivot. Try to do pivot. So the pivot may be anything, either the whole product, or it may be your messaging, or it may be your pricing, or it may be anything, or it may be the packaging, correct? Try to do the pivot. That's what they are calling it as PMF. It's called as product market fit. Okay, until you find the right product market fit, do the pivot. It may be anything. It may be your pricing. It may be your kind of packaging or your futures or anything. Correct. Do the pivot until you find the right product market fit.
Okay. Sir, as we are seeing that there is a boom in digital marketing, so how traditional marketing is like equivalent to digital marketing, or it is vanished in the market?
Please do both. Okay, don't just focus on. It's also depends on the product, correct? And whom you are selling, correct? If you are selling the your product to the Gen Z customers, mostly they use only the kind of social media channels. Then you can focus fully on digital marketing, correct? But if you use something like some other products, some physical product that can use for even for people on the elderly people, correct? They may not use the digital marketing much. You need to do the physical marketing, correct? It depends on actually who will be your kind of customers. That's your segment. That's your target segment.
Uh, Ashok sir, I would like to ask one question. As we see that startups do not do R&D before making their marketing strategies or marketing plan or sales plan. So how it is very important to do the R&D or take a guidance from a mentor or the industry expert.
It's very very important. Okay, it's very very important. Okay, please take people from the mentor or something like advisor, right? From the sales and marketing, one mentor, and take one advisor from your the kind research and development R&D mentor or advisor. Okay, try to get the mentors. Don't get the mentors from the same domain. Try to get the mentors from the different things, like the one mentor from the R&D, one mentor or something like something advisor from the finance, one mentor or advisor from the something else, correct? The sales and marketing or something. Okay, try to get all the combinations. They will guide you in the right direction. And you need a mentor. Yes, mentor is very very important, because since you are a startup, you don't have much experience. You need those expertise from the people who already done it, correct? Like the serial entrepreneurs maybe, or maybe the mentors, or maybe the something like advisors. Okay, try to get their help, their guidance. That's very important.
Uh, Sir, as we see, when people launch their product, they do not go to the customers and get their reviews. And sometimes they don't know what question should be asked from the customer, what they need or what their requirements are. So, how can they frame a list of questions that they can ask from the customers before launching their product?
So that's before launching the product, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it depends on the product, and because the every product has the product manager, correct? And for the startup, it's a founder. So the founder is the maybe one of the co-founder is the product manager of the thing. So that person's responsibility to frame the questions. Okay, there are the bunch of surveys. Even before you start developing your product, do the survey. Okay, there are the free the Google survey is there, correct? It's called Google Forms or something, correct? So Google Forms, try to send the 10 or 15 questions to your the potential prospects or someone. Okay, just ask them to give something like a multiple choice questions or something like open-ended questions. Get their feedback. Okay, and also, so before you launch your kind of product, also just to frame the questions and send it to the prospects. And also after you launch your product, get the customer feedback. Okay, that's very important. So try to, as a founder, you have to read the reviews from the each and every customers. That's your the primary task. Okay, so if you see, there is one of the talk by the Grish Matrubudam, is the founder of the Freshworks, correct? They started developing the product, their first product, based on one of the customer review. Okay, so you as a founder, you have to read the reviews from the each and every customer. That will give the lot of data points.
Sir, there is a question from our viewer that how can he or differentiate his product from a competitor and how can he deal with it?
Yeah, that is a different way to differentiate his product, correct? One is the messaging. Okay, and he can put the different messaging, but I'm not saying it's the false message. The way you give the message, correct? That's a one way. There is a different way, maybe the pricing, maybe the packaging, correct? So and he can consider those four p's: product, price, place, promotion. He can tune kind of here and there, then do the trial and error, do the product market fit. Then some companies, some startups, they will find the product market fit within a year. Some startup, it may take 3 to 4 years. Okay, it depends.
So थैंक यू सर. आई होप हमारे सारे व्यूअर्स को they get their all the answers regarding their marketing and sales strategies, how they can accelerate. So I would like to thank Ashok sir for giving his time and his guidance to all our startups. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Lalit, and thanks, Devanshi, and thanks for giving me this the great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashok sir, and thank you so much every viewer जिन्होंने आज हमारा सेशन ज्वाइन किया है. So आज ये जो 3 days की वर्कशॉप थी उसका फर्स्ट डे है. कल सेम टाइम 12 p.m. पे प्लीज ज्वाइन आवर सेशन. Tomorrow's session is on brand management. So please do join the session tomorrow also. So till we meet next tomorrow, you all take good care of yourself. Keep learning. Thank you so much, Ashok sir, and thank you so much, Lalita.
Thanks, Devanshi,
Thank you
and
so much.
thanks, Lalit. Thank you.
Thank you.